Good morning, everyone. Let's bow our heads for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask you to watch over this board and give us the strength and knowledge to make the best decisions we can for the people of Union County. We ask you to look over our first responders, get them all home safe tonight, tomorrow night, and every night. And we thank you again for everything you do. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Harville?
Here.
Commissioner Pitts?
Here.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt?
Here.
Commissioner Gould?
Having a quorum, I'll call the meeting to order. Guess we don't have any minutes to do. We'll move on and skip that. Public comments. Yeah. Someday you gotta say something. Committee reports.
Well, Max, I just want to remind people that Southern 5 next meeting will be August 13th at 5:30. That's the second Tuesday in Owen down there. So anybody wanting a loan or possibly a grant for a municipality or a business is more than welcome to come down and talk to them.
I just want to make a note that animal control, the new building's coming along really nice. And we were able to move a few animals out since last meeting, but still we're very overcrowded out there. And we appreciate donations, give some bids and monetary. Other than that, it's all I got before.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Building permits.
None.
Okay. Old business, ordinance amending, restating and codifying the hotel operators occupational tax. Finally, I think we get to move this off of here. We went through everything we needed to do with the municipalities and everybody that involved in this. Basically, if you remember, what we set up was for 4 entities that apply every year and so forth, to where they do not have to apply every year. Southernmost Tourism, Union County Chamber of Commerce, Shawnee Wine Trail, and Belmont Cross. We set amounts to permanently give them automatically, so they don't have to do the application. That still leaves 10 to get money. So feel like that just kind of streamlines it. And again, we know that we're going to give money to those because they meet the qualifications, so eliminate them having to go through the process. Basically, everything else is basically the same. Tyler, did you want to say anything about this since you prepared this?
I think we needed to update what we were working with. What we were working with is pretty outdated.
Yeah.
And the way that it's been structured, like you said, streamlines it. Should make things more efficient. There is still oversight of, there will be review of the regular participating entities as well on a regular basis. It's not just that once they're in, there's no, that there's going to be, they have to still reconcile what their distributions are, and there will be review of how those funds are dispersed and used. And it still allows for outside agencies, such as you said, to apply as they always have been able to. So overall, it was much needed and overdue. So other than that, I think, it should help, make things run smoother going forward.
And at this point, we'll still have the food board, look over applications from anybody else and present them to us. I mean, down the road, that may change, but right now, everything will operate the same, so forth. So, anybody have any questions? Comments or anything? I make a motion, we approve the ordinance amending, restating and codifying the hotel operator's occupation tax as presented.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Okay, new business, approve paying the bills. Everybody had a chance to look at the bill list? Any questions?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Since we passed the ordinance, the part of the procedure was to get approval from these different entities and so forth, which Angie had reached out to. We've got them all back, so we have to go through these, each one, and approve each one separately. Anything else need to say about that?
Nope, it just says that what their percentage is that they'll get of the revenue taken in, and that they are still required to do reporting and turning in receipts.
The first one is agreement between the County of Union and Southernmost Illinois Tourism Bureau regarding the hotel motel tax.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Next one is agreement between the County of Union and Ball Knot Cross of Peace regarding hotel motel tax.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Next one, agreement between the County of Union and Shawnee Hills Wine Trail regarding hotel motel tax.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
The last one, agreement between the County of Union and Union County Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development regarding hotel motel tax.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Very good. Glad to see that all. Next item, resolution setting the salary of the public defender. This is mandated by the state of Illinois. We have to approve this. We get percentage back on this one too, don't we?
Yes, so each year the state's attorney gets a raise on July 1st. And so since the public defender and the sheriff's salary is a percentage of the state's attorney's salary, you have to do resolutions, because Lee will have to send these in order for us to get reimbursed 66 2/3% of their salaries back.
I make a motion, we approve the resolution setting the salary of the public defender as presented.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Next item, resolution setting the salary of, I need to go back here, because that first one should include the state's attorney on it, right?
No, the state's attorney's doesn't have to be approved. It's set by the
Oh.
state, so they don't,
Okay,
yeah.
we don't have to approve that.
Nope.
Okay. Never mind. Resolution setting the salary of the sheriff.
Make a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yeah.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewster,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyle.
Yes.
Next item, intergovernmental agreement for the operation of Pulaski County Detention Center located in Pulaski County, Illinois. This is on here. I'm gonna let the sheriff explain most of this, but our contract is up, right, with Jackson County?
Contract had been up since last year, and it was renewed, because there's a clause in there that says if they don't give us a new one, it just revolves. They hadn't been charging us, the minimum. There was a minimum on there of 15, 17 people, I can't remember exactly. Last month, they hit us with that and charged the minimum. We've been averaging 7, 6, through the month.
Considerably down. Since
Yeah, considerably down since
Same
September
year.
18th.
Yeah.
So anyways, I called them and said that, hey, we need a new contract, times have changed and whatever else. He understood that. They finally sent another contract, and it was a minimum of 10, which ends up being about $17,000, a little bit over $17,000 for a minimum. And that was going to end up being with 10 people in there. The other big thing was there was going to be no transportation whatsoever. And there was also a clause in there that everybody that we had in there on DHS, they was going to charge us extra, which ended up being $43 extra, on top of the minimum. So that $17,000, and we've been averaging the last few months. Now, recently we just got them moved. They were on DHS, and that's what they was going to charge extra. So we had that figured at an average of 4. That was going to be around $23,000. And then with no transport whatsoever, either overtime or I'm going to have to, find a couple guys that want to do a part-time gig of transporting back and forth for court, because that's all Jackson County was doing was court. They weren't doing Saturday night at 9 o'clock, coming down and getting somebody. We were still doing that. So at that, and then possible transport vehicle. Every once in a while, you got 7 of them coming down. That's not as often as it used to be, but that's usually what it is Mondays. That's when you got your load, and then they're let go on Monday.
In other words, we'd have to buy a van.
There you go. So anyways, you figure all that. So I called down to Pulaski County, talked to them. They are at $75 a day, but there is no minimum. Me and Anthony went down there and did a tour of the place, asked questions about our public defenders being able to talk to the clients down there via Zoom. That's not a problem. I think when I did talk to Daniel about it, he told me it was easier to talk to the people down in Pulaski County than it is in Jackson County via Zoom. So it just comes down to, and they are going to transport for our court. The same as before. On Saturday night, they're not coming and picking up our guys. Anthony did call them a couple days ago and asked them if they would. They said they don't do it for anybody else, that they didn't want to get into that. So it's $75 a day. There is no minimum. Talk to Jackson County again about it. This is just business. I can't be paying for all this extra dollars. More or less, it was going to be by the time it was all said and done, it was going to end up being what the contract was before without the transport. So it's going to be cheaper to go to Pulaski County. I did call David Levacy and talk to him. He was sheriff whenever they moved from Pulaski County originally up to Jackson County. He had told me that reasons they left was security and transportation. They had promising the world, and they couldn't get it done at the time. It was also not run by the county at the time. It was run by a subcontractor. So security's where it needs to be, and they're transport force, and that's what that contract says.
If you run any numbers, crunched any numbers, what the savings would be, you think, hypothetically?
But I mean, it just depends on how many's going to be in there. But six or seven times, times 75 times 30. We looked at that the other day, and I think it was around $13,000. Is that correct?
What I remember is if it depends on whether you're gonna have 10 or more prisoners. If you're gonna have, well, kind of. If you're gonna have more than 10 prisoners, it's cheaper to go to Jackson County.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have less than 10 prisoners, it's cheaper to go to Pulaski County, but that doesn't take into consideration transportation. So Pulaski County is gonna transport, Jackson County isn't, which would make that break-even number go up, but I can't put a price on the transportation. So I 100% agree with the sheriff. It's way better to go, unless they change the Safety Act and all of a sudden we have 25 people, 30 people in jail every month again. I don't see them changing the Safety
Did
Act.
they tell you how long that those rates would be good for?
3 years.
3-year contract.
And that was the other thing.
they
Jackson
don't-
County increased every year and Pulaski County is holding flat for 3 years.
So it's your recommendation to
Correct.
make the switch?
The only thing I was gonna else add for you guys is this contract at the last page gives you the option to do $70 a day without transportation or 75 with transportation. So I would just make sure when you make your motion that you acknowledge that you're selecting the one with transportation. Because you have both options on there.
Like, any questions, Sheriff, or anybody? All right, I make a motion on the sheriff's recommendation that we accept the intergovernmental agreement for operation of Pulaski County Detention Center located in Pulaski County, Illinois, which includes transportation to and from court. Which is $75 per day. Yeah, it's 75 a day.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I just did that.
Oh, you?
Well, he said.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Fitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
That was quicker than I thought with all that. I would like to go into executive session for just a brief couple minutes to discuss litigation. Take
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll take that.
Max, you want to say?
yes, please,
She do roll call for that to go in.
yes,
Commissioner Harville,
yes,
Commissioner Fitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
We'll take a quick break.